topic. Dance, 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 dance around the topic.
Hold on, wait. What do you mean by this? So is there
more than one?
is there more than one way to God? How do you know that?
How do I know that? Because He's Jehovah. He created the universe.
How do you know that?
What do you mean? How I know that? Because He's known by His creation. Nobody just did this, and His name is Jehovah.
But how do you?
That means how do I know that? Because for one,
Yeah.
by His creation. We didn't, and by His when He created man, Adam and Eve. That's how I know.
So is God created?
More importantly, He lives on the inside.
So is God a created being?
No, God is a spiritual being.
But was He created?
No.
How do you know that?
Because he's the only one.
How do you know that though? See, when people can't have the conversation, or when people can't defend it, they do that. So, do you think, is there more than one way to God? What do you think? Hi. What you think? What you think? What you think?
I would say yes.
Why do you think that?
It's just like everything is more than one way to do something.
So one way meaning, can people have different core beliefs, let's say, and still have a relationship with the same God?
Yes, I think that's true.
Okay, so for example, Muslims and Christians, for example, do you know what they both believe about the death and resurrection of Jesus?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the Muslim religion.
Okay, so Muslims believe that Jesus was not crucified and resurrected, that Allah just took him up. Okay? Christians, of course, believe he was crucified and resurrected. And they say that's the only way to get to God, is believing that, the gospel, right? So would Muslims and Christians then be able to have a relationship with the same God with those two starkly different core beliefs?
I guess my thing is I'm really more spiritual, I guess, in a way, as opposed to saying one God or the other. My whole thing is do unto others as you have them to do unto you. Do that.
But why do that? Good. Why care about that?
Well, because you have some kind of sense for humankind and other people, really.
So, but why does that matter?
Well, why does that matter?
Mm-hmm.
If we want to live in a peaceful world, I think that matters.
But now, if people have differing views, and how do we judge like whose version of what is peaceful and right and good is actually true and right to live by?
I think that a lot depends on the context as far as where you come from, really. I mean, I think Americans have a different feeling about this than, say, maybe people in the Middle East or Europe. I just think a lot of it depends on where you come from, what your experience has been. I mean, because when you think about it, this whole slavery thing, they brought us through slavery, trying to justify it through Christianity. Okay, so that would tell me that, first of all, they lied.
Sure, yeah, they misuse the Bible, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So that just makes me question their motives.
Whose motives? The people who
profess to be Christians.
All Christians, or just the people who misuse the Bible?
Yeah.
So that means there's nothing wrong with Christianity, right? It's just okay. Don't run from the argument. See how they start running?
Dance, 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 dance around the topic. Dance.